And action. I forget to share my screen. My bad. No. Bingo.
All the castles in the sky. Oh, tell me why we build castles in the sky. Oh, tell me why all the castles way up high. Please tell me why do we build castles in the sky? Oh, tell me why all the castles way up high.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects in the life. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on. Change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect, how it affects them, and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below. Read song.
Okay, we're live. Hi. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
32.
Good.
Revelations, and then we're going back off air. You ready, Ryan?
We're ready.
Pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. Revelation 12. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. And she being with child cried, travailing at birth, and pained to be delivered. There appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And the child was caught up unto God and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had the place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, Now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. They overcame by the blood of the Lamb, and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, for she is nourished for a time and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent. The serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away up the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ.
Awesome, awesome stuff. Hey, guys.
Yes, it is. Hey.
So I wanted to, let me just go over the topic of tonight's discussion, okay? And the reason why I decided to bring it about, okay? Tonight's topic is going to be the changes in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and we're going to be also talking about in lieu of the coming eclipse. Okay, I'm sure you guys have seen countless videos on the internet. Some of them are quite profound. They're trying to give us an early warning sign, maybe. Some places maybe possibly evacuating. We don't want to create a scare. We just want to be prepared, okay? And that's kind of what I want to emphasize tonight.
Right.
We have our sky expert here with us, Keith. Say hey to everybody, Keith.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man, how's those skies looking out there tonight?
Oh, man, beautiful as always, let me tell you. But, you know, we see a lot of anomalies, too, all over the place.
Awesome, awesome. So I can't wait to hear more on that particular thing.
Yeah, I'm going to put some of the stuff up on the TV behind me, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you also have a YouTube channel. And what do you talk about on your YouTube channel? Can you give people an idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for one thing, I show these anomalies that we're talking about here. One of the very first videos I put up was on the sun caught by my drone. It was exploding. In a sense, I seen this after I went back home and recovered the video and reviewed it. I put it online. It got 4,000 views relatively quickly. And yeah, a lot of people are asking questions about it. It seems to be something that is abnormal. I've never seen something like that while flying my drone since. Not particularly like that with the sun exploding. In a sense, again, you would have to go to the video and check it out. I'm going to put it up on the screen behind me here once I'm not talking. But you know, also I have a video that depicts 3 suns right here in Orlando. Yeah, so you know, those are some of the anomalies. And then as far as otherwise, you know, I just have a very positive message when it comes to the Mandela effect. You know, I put all my faith and glory in the glory of God. And, you know, I'm constantly asking God to show me truth. And I ask this for Jesus, of course. And I just all the time am open for the kind of truth that we need to keep our eyes and open for to see, you know, our eyes and ears open at all times to see. You know, that's why I got the drone. You know, I can get up there and get amazing views and find anomalies. I mean, gosh, if there's a UFO in Orlando, there's a good chance I'm going to catch it.
That's great. That's great. I'm glad we have people like you out there, Keith. And we also have Shamron with us. Shamron.
Hey.
Hey. We're glad to have all of you back with us tonight. Shamron is our stars expert, and she's been studying the night sky like crazy. You want to tell us about some of that?
I've been seeing a lot
Any
of
anomalies?
different stars. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of different things. The skies haven't been that great here recently. So, sorry, hold on a second.
That's good.
Sorry. The skies, so we've had fires and everything else. So I've been trying to get my telescope out every night since we talked about this last week, and to where I could like show you guys and everything, but it's not happening. So, but I'm still here and I do know a lot about the stars.
Awesome, awesome. And we're going to be hearing from you on that as well, more of that. So Gen X, you're back here with us, and I thank you for having you back on, brother. Have you noticed anything weird going on with the sky at all, or stars, the sun, anything weird?
Nothing out of the ordinary, at least in my area. Yeah, just like the sun still looks different to me. It looks seems
Okay.
more brighter. I can't even look at it for a second, you know.
And hotter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had some hot weather here too. So I mean, we always have hot weather, but it just feels different, I guess. The sun.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get to introduce my co-host for tonight. We got Teresa back with us. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
Hey, how you doing?
She's really excited. How many people did you wake up today, Teresa?
None.
None today? You took a day off?
None today, but I'm going to make up for it tomorrow when I go out. I'll make up for today.
That's
I'll
good.
triple in numbers.
That's good. I tried to wake up somebody at the guitar place where I called about the
I've had a
Gibson.
headache for the last few days. Anybody else?
What about the last 2 days?
I've had a headache, and I don't know if
Yes.
it's affecting anybody else.
Yes, me too.
I woke up really
But
dizzy
you guys
yesterday.
on
and
the
headache.
show?
What?
I'm just curious if anybody else here in the show is getting any weird headaches.
No,
I
haven't
haven't.
been. No.
No.
I never had headaches before, and I'd say I've had two really like horrible to where I'm laying on the couch and I want to just sleep in the past week. So, and I never have headaches. Like I said, like I don't have them. And my daughter is actually having the same problem, is having headaches and not being able to function pretty much.
That's what I've been going through for the last week, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to eat, I'm eating food, I'm drinking a lot of water, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, well, we talked about this too, where food just doesn't taste the same anymore.
Oh yeah.
You know, there's lots of examples, like apples don't even taste the same. You know, nothing really tastes the same anymore.
Yeah.
And that
Seriously.
may have to do with some of these changes with the sun, because that's where we get a lot of our energy from.
Right.
The sun just seems different. So, what are you? Keith, what are you seeing as far
Well,
as?
I can narrate this video here, and
I'm gonna go ahead and say hi to people in the chat real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Yeah, man,
Okay,
looks good.
Okay, great. So, all right, yeah. So this was going back a few months ago. This is actually the first video I put up there. You guys can see it, okay? The sun is over here, and I'm just, you know, this is the drone. I'm up a couple, you know, I'd say about 75 feet at this point. And basically, what's happening here is you can see the sun is setting. Okay, so this is about 8 o'clock, something like that. And the cars are coming through. They have their headlights on. You can see everybody's got their headlights on. Down here, it's kind of dark. You know, back here is the shaded part from the sun. It's also dark. You know, in the trees in this area, everything is dark, in other words. And so when I start this video off, and it goes on, it's actually going to be about another minute before the effect happens. But, you know, you keep your eye on the sun when it goes back. Right now, what I do is I'm just flying around. I didn't intend to catch what I caught. And, you know, I'm flying around and I'm looking at the ground, you know, just, you know, taking a random video. I have hundreds of these. I look for truth all the time. That's what I do with my drone. That's why I bought it. And so, you know, ever since I became Mandela affected, it was one of the first things I did, because I believe there's a lot of anomalies out there. And indeed, I've been catching them. I pray to God for this kind of truth. So you see here, we've got right down here, it's dark, very dark. Just keep note of that. Now you see the sun is flickering. You see this? This is unbelievable. This is anomaly. It's a real anomaly. It's caught on tape. In fact, I think it might be one of the first ones ever in high definition. And now we're getting ready to go for the goal. Boom. Back to light here. Everything's lit up. Now, unprecedented. You have light from side to side, no matter where you look. Unlike before, where it was dark, it's completely lit up. You look over here, the cars are lit up. Now what I'm going to do is rise up, bring it up the drone probably about another 50 feet, and I start flying around looking down. And what you'll see is that all the ground below, everything is lit up. And when I went back and I reviewed this, at the time I realized, hey, the light, it got more light. But I was actually standing over here, and I was blocked by that pyramid building. So I didn't quite see what had happened or what caused that extra light. But after I went back and reviewed it and see that my drone indeed caught the explosion or the extra blowing up of the sun, then went back and seen how lit up everything was afterwards, I felt like I had something. So I put it online. And that's right there is the first anomaly I caught.
That is way different than the first,
Wow.
the first scene. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Right? I mean, it's, and let me tell you, it's the first video I put up, 4,000 views very quickly. It's my #1 video right now. And yeah, and a lot of people are asking questions. Some people are so mind-boggled, they're trying to say it's camera settings and everything else. Let me tell you, I've actually, this is a very high technical drone. I've actually got even a better one now. You can't turn nighttime from daytime. This isn't, even military equipment can't do that. So this was really actually very mind-boggling. And even till this day, I don't know what caused that. I'm happy that I was just happening to be pointing at the sun when the explosion occurred. Again, let's take us back to that very moment when it happened and just, you know, relive that experience, because I want you to see. Here it is. Well, let's go back a couple seconds more. You can see it's very dark, right? And then just out of nowhere, here it comes, and it's just going to explode and take over the entire picture, and it's just brighter than ever. And then it just stays lit up.
What in the world?
Okay, so there you have it. If that's not an anomaly for you, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's it.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. What is that? Go back. Can you go back to that picture again, Keith?
Sure.
Is that like a? Is that a
this right here?
Or is that...
This is the pyramid building. I was actually standing behind it in the Wendy's parking lot. If we go back again, we can play this through again. This is actually looking towards the sun. It actually had already exploded at this point. I could take it back a little bit further, and you could see where, again, this is the sun setting. This isn't the morning rise. So guys, we shouldn't be expecting it to get brighter. It should be getting darker, right? And that's the effect that, I mean, it was mind-boggling, and actually was really shocking when I seen it, because yeah, go ahead.
Teresa has a question.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you had a question, Teresa. Sorry.
Not yet.
You said Keith.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Bring them on, guys. I mean, I do this all the time. I'm
Keith,
doing
did
this
you
all the
notice
time,
it
yeah.
when you were outside? Did you notice it get brighter outside when that happened?
Yeah, I did actually. But, you know, when you're outside, sometimes there's variants and lights all the time. I was focused on my drone. I was focused on, you know, the technicality of controlling it. Actually, I didn't think much of it at the time. And, you know, nobody around me was screaming about the sun blowing up either. But later on, when I went back and reviewed the coverage, I was looking at the sun and I seen, wow, what I had caught. And immediately then it all came together. I said, okay, that was a lot more than what I thought it was. Now, keep in mind, I was standing in the shadow of the building when that sun actually was getting bright like that, you know? So that's...
What do you think it is? Sorry, I didn't mean...
No, it's fine. Sorry, we started talking at the same time. It doesn't even look like there's any like real clouds, you know? So like you couldn't even say that it was clouds, you know?
No, right. There's not. We'll just go ahead and take it back there once again, and we'll just kind of see what is there. If you look, you see where my I don't know if you can see the pointer. Can you see that pointer?
I can't. I have bad eyes.
Okay, I'll use my finger. Let me get my pointer off of there then. You see right there, there's actually, you might want to go to this video actually to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But there is Chemtrails, just a short one right there. And it could be, you know, maybe that's, who knows what they're doing. But the point is, as soon as this actually exploded, you know, this was no longer visible. And look how much higher it is than the setting sun.
Yeah.
That's amazing, Keith. How high up are you able to go with that camera?
I have a 3 to 5 mile radius on my drone, and I can go as far high in that radius as I can out. So 3 to 5 miles up. But that would be irresponsible, man. You don't go higher than 400 feet if you want to stick within regulation.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm
like,
a pilot too.
It just captures video, right? No, like, because I don't hear any like noises from the propellers or anything.
Yeah, no. Well, it catches audio, but from where the operator is, and you know, I get high definition videos, so a lot of times, you know, the drone just catches the video. This is high definition, and I pretty much downloaded it without audio, and I added a little bit of music to it. I didn't actually edit this video at all. All I did is just put a little music starting at when the sun exploded.
Well, can you go out where you go as high as you can go right there? Can you?
Let me
your
see.
Highest peak.
In this sense, I didn't go any higher, but you see there, that's it blowing up. And then if you fast forward a little bit, we'll just kind of bring it a little bit later. I'm risen up about another 50 feet, but I'm looking towards the ground. I'm kind of looking at everything. And that's why this video has held so much weight, because nobody can say, oh, it was an angle. Actually, it was showing it dark, and that was even pointing in the direction of the sun. And then everything else was dark. The ground was dark. People weren't casting shadows or nothing like that. And then all of a sudden the light came, and yeah, there was more shadows. There was more light. And so it was mind-boggling. If it was explainable, actually, I never would have found it to be such an anomaly. And, you know, because I could explain a lot of what I catch in the sky. I'm a pilot. I had a Cessna, you know, 182T turbo. I know how to fly. It's got the G1000 avionics. I know what the sky should look like. And this right here does not resemble anything that I've ever seen.
Wow.
Well, it looks pretty flat to me from here.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what, a lot of people are talking about the flat Earth. And, you know, I don't get into humiliating or talking down anybody's theories, because I know God brings amazing truth. Well, here we go there, Brian. We're up about much higher than we were before. And there's the sun right there in full view. And so, like I said, I caught every angle. That's why people can't deny this video. They're having such a hard time. You know, if you go to the comments on this video, you know, the only thing people are trying to say is it's camera settings, and that just doesn't fly.
Right. And what we're looking at there in the middle of the screen, that's a lens flare, right? Or what is that?
What you're looking at here would be my lighting in this room.
Oh, okay.
How's that?
That's better.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys make of that?
That's definitely a proof. I mean, wow.
All right, I'm going to go to the 3 sun video in the meantime, guys. I'll show you that one too.
What do you guys think happened? I mean, aside from the sun blowing up or whatever, what else could it be?
Right. When I decided how am I going to describe this, how am I even going to label the video? I mean, everybody's still alive. The sun didn't blow up and dissipate, but something's going on there. I think God's bringing us truth. You know, every day I pray, God, bring me truth. Well, is this him answering? I think so.
I think so too. You mentioned that you're a pilot. I didn't know that. You never told me you were a pilot. So what did you fly exactly? Was it like a small?
Yeah, it was a Cessna 182T turbo. It was a really nice plane. You know, 172s are typically what people start on when they're learning to fly. You know, they're not very fast. They don't have a lot of, you know, they can't really carry too much weight. Maybe a couple adults and suitcase seats or something like that. Mine was really nice. It was the turbo, so it had extra power. It could cruise at about 202 miles an hour. I'd fly to Ocala from Orlando. It was like a fast 20-minute flight to go see my mother. And, you know, I'd take it, you know, sometimes I go to vacation down south in Florida. You know, I just had fun with it. You know, I have such a love for the sky. Oh, and it had the latest G1000 avionics. I mean, those were different times in my life. You know, I paid $225,000 for that plane cash. And then I ended up selling it, you know, a little bit after that. And, you know, anyways, so goes life.
Dang.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you too. How long does your how long can you stay airborne with that camera? With
the drone, about 28 minutes. And I invested in 28 minutes. and I invested in 6 batteries. That gives me virtual capability of staying up, except for coming down for battery change outs for 3 hours. And in the meantime, I have 3 chargers that can charge as they're being used. So I have the capability of virtually stay up all day.
Nice. Well, we're all thankful that you can do that. So you're going to be on the watch for this eclipse, right? You'll be like one of the frontier people.
Yeah, you bet.
Are you going to go live that day?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I think everybody does a live, honestly.
I would enjoy that. Sweet. Sure. On your show, I don't do really live on mine. But yeah, that would be fun, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could do actually, I get what you're saying. I would probably have to somehow. I don't know how we could do that, but I could do live on the drone. I could actually be live on the drone as I'm up. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that'd
what you
be cool,
mean, right? Yeah, I could do that, but I don't know if I could do that and sign into this show and all that. So we'd have to figure out, technically how we'd make that work. But yeah,
well, no, that's
interesting.
Well, see, I'm going to be doing live from the ground, but you could send me the video later, and I'll gladly upload it for you, and give I'll put your watermark on the bottom for you, so people your channel and stuff.
I was thinking about doing the same thing, but I'm not going to get a great view because I'm in, Southern California, or Central California, so it might not be the best view, but. So
let's talk about.
I got the next one whenever you guys are ready with the 3 suns.
What'd you say, Brian?
Well, what you said with the 3 suns reminds me of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
The very beginning, New Hope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one, I'll turn up the audio. Did you want me to go with this, Brian, or you got something going on?
Oh no. Share whatever you have. It's fine. I want Shamron to have some time, and Gen X, if you want to make any comments or ask any questions, that's cool too. I'm gonna be checking the chat occasionally, so if you see me go missing for a few, I'm checking chats if anyone has any questions.
I might go missing for a few also because I have a new puppy that I have to go. Well, it's a foster dog that he keeps barking. I just got him today, so. But yeah, let's see it. I might go live too.
Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, then let's do it, baby. It's coming on. I just pulled it up here. All right. I'm setting up here. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up a little bit because all right. And what I'm saying here, because you really can't see this, I don't know if you can, but I'm saying pay close attention to the horizon and the areas of light where it appears there could be the sun. And then, in fact, tell me below the comments out of that's in for you guys, where you think the sun is. All right, so let's just go ahead and play it. I could narrate this easier. Okay, so what you're looking at is high definition video. Once again, on my DJI camera. I don't, when I take this thing out, I'm taking out a very expensive, high quality piece of camera equipment. So, I mean, this is live video. You see traffic going back and forth down here on I-4. You see the buildings moving along, because some people, they see this and the first thing they say is, oh, wow, this must be Photoshopped. No, it wasn't. I was down there. There was other people with me at the time. We were all looking at the sun, or we were looking for the sun at first. And then we were like, wait, oh, there it is. It's over there. And then we're like, no, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, there it is. It's over there. And then we're like, no, wait. It's over there. Actually, there were 3 areas where the sun could have been. So I took the drone up and I started going I set it on autopilot where it would do a perfect circle and it would just catch what the horizon looked like. So here we go. Number 1. Okay. You can see this cloud is lit up and behind it, it's almost illuminated. It's like the sun is right there. But then you keep going on and you keep moving on. Now, this is only, this is only going from, like, say, south to west. This isn't like from south to north or east. And here you have more of it again.
I have had that here too. I've had that here.
And then you keep going again. Now, on the complete opposite side of the first one, now, surprisingly, okay, this is mind-boggling. I've never seen this sense before. We have another completely lit up area where it appears the sun is at. So this is the 3 sun videos. It's on my channel. And this is the kind of, I believe, truth God is opening up, not just to me, but all of us people who get truth, guys. And right here shows it all. Now, you see these clouds down here, they're dark, the ones that are not where this light is. So it's not like the whole horizon is lit. It appears to be, radically so as it sounds, 3 separate suns in the horizon. The only thing that's missing then would be the actual sun, because in this day there were lots of clouds. So what you're noticing is the what would be illuminated behind the clouds. With the, you know, the how this, I've watched the sun enough to know that that's what the sun looks like when it's blocked by a cloud. And we got 3 of them.
Hey, so can I stop you for a second? Because I have an idea.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, so I was watching a video earlier. I think Teresa sent it to me, and they were saying about, like, you know, the moon is only going to be, or like the sun goes by, you know, and only a certain amount of land is going to be completely covered during the eclipse, you know, and that makes it seem like, okay, if the sun is completely illuminating all that area, how is it only going to eclipse? I know it sounds silly. I can't even get my words out correctly. So
I think I know what you're saying.
Like, it just doesn't make sense if it's that big of an area being illuminated and then very little from the sun. I know, I can't say it. I'm trying.
you know, and basically when you have the north and then 180 degrees opposite of that, the south, and then completely and separate from those two, you have a complete other area, and all of them are lit up like the sun is actually sitting behind every last one of them. I look at that. That is an anomaly. That qualifies as an anomaly in my book. That's why it's here.
I don't know. I was thinking more like, you know, everyone's worrying about this eclipse and everything else. I mean, just if you're seeing that much sun, like, well, you know, that anomaly, then how are we not going to be able to see sunlight? You know, everything's going to be darkness. Maybe someone who knows a little bit more about the eclipse.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen with an eclipse, what happens is you're going to have an area at a time that's blackened out. You know? Yes. It's not going to be you're not going to, where are you from?
I am actually, well, I'm from Orlando, but
okay, I'm in Orlando.
Yeah, I'm from Winter Park, dude.
Oh, cool. All right.
Well, but no, but I'm in SoCal, or Southern California.
Okay,
somewhat.
So you're not going to experience it at the same time.
Yeah,
I am, sure.
Yeah.
And nor is Brian, or so on. In fact, I don't even think it's Brian. Do you know if it's coming down into Florida? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I saw it today on WFTV, their website. They actually have a little.
I didn't look at it. So yeah.
You talking about the eclipse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a certain path it's going to take, and it's going to start around Salem, Oregon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
there is very important, guys. Remember, as tempting as it is to look straight up at the sun,
don't look.
Do not want to expose yourself. Okay, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let me just share these. Hang on, give me a second. Let me pull this little clip up I found from The Simpsons. Okay, go ahead and talk some more.
Yeah, I have some close-ups of the sun. It's actually really, bizarre. It's super white on the inside with a yellow halo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the sun being like that.
Nope. I remember it being yellow, like yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been hotter. Like, it's been so hot here, and I don't even want to go outside to see the sun. So.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. I mean, probably not as hot as Central California, but
yeah.
And Florida gets the best of all. We get humidity here, and
we had humidity this week. It's been crazy.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are gonna love this. Hold on. This is pretty funny. I feel really bad for Marge Simpson in this episode. This is the Simpsons solar eclipse. Watch this. Solar solar cars. Uh-oh. Ah, solar train.
Okay, people, we've hit penumbra. Brace yourselves for umbra. I'm gonna see it first.
No, I'm going to see it first.
Hit the boat, you big load.
My space toy.
Oh, it's okay, Molly. You can have my viewer.
Oh, that was
Mom,
nice.
you'll miss the eclipse. There'll be
Hey,
another
Mom.
one in North Yemen in 2027. We have totality, people.
We've been talking about this together for years.
For years.
I finally feel like part of a family.
I hear the sound. Just one little peek. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so she ends up in the hospital. You do not want to look straight up at it, okay? I figured I'd share that with you. But here's the thing. You can get these special Eclipse viewers. They look like 3D glasses. That the old style red and blue 3D glasses. Except these have special filters in them to block out, most of the sun's harmful rays.
I remember in grade school we used floppy disks. Like we would take the floppy
really?
disk and we broke them, and that's how we watched it. But we don't have floppy disks anymore, so
Right.
That's obsolete.
And so are the CDs.
oh yeah.
Hey, I still have some of those floppy disks laying around somewhere. You know me on my
Well,
iPhone.
I would use those. That's what they said that it was okay. Back
How
in
about-
the 90s.
I couldn't even play one if I wanted to.
I don't know. Maybe I'm older than all you guys. Did any of you guys play Oregon Trail when you were younger in school?
I did.
Oh yeah.
That, right.
And
Remember that
Sim
one?
City and all those.
I was too young, but I mean, I know the game.
Please stop.
Real quick, guys, I wanted to share the path of the eclipse with you, okay? There's like a thin blue line. If you're within that blue line, they say it may cause cellular disruption. So, again, if you're attempting to go live, I'm just not sure if that's going to be 100% reliable. It may be best to go ahead and record and then post it later.
No.
So I would have two people, maybe one posting it live, the other one have some backup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe
let me
I
just share.
could get Tom to help me with that, when I have the drone up, and we can actually get something that's meaningful for you, Brian, that you could do with the live show.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And of course, there's been people talking about these hotel rooms. They're jacking up the rates. They're going to be making a killing. If you're within this blue line, expect to pay probably $500 to $1,000 a night for your hotels.
Right. You see, it's not coming directly over Florida, so we're not going to be in the dark zone.
And I'm actually in this region over here, so I will see a piece of it. If you're in Texas, you're probably not going to see very much, or if you're down here in Arizona. Where'd you say you live, Shammy, up here or down there?
I live in middle, almost southern California. Yeah, it's middle, just the dry lands.
Okay.
That would be interesting to go travel to,
Well,
I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, and it's great to have different people's perspectives, on what it looks like in different areas of the country. I want to see everybody going live on that day. I don't care how many notifications we get. I'm gonna check out all of you guys' videos here who's in the audience. I appreciate it.
I have really been wanting to get the filter for my telescope, but it's $120 to get the filter to see the eclipse through the telescope. So I'm like, I don't know. For one-time use, because we don't know the next time this is going to happen. Well, I mean, it could be forever,
I don't know. For whatever reason, I heard it's supposed to be back again in 7 years. Is that accurate? I mean,
I have not heard that.
Harold mentioned to me, and he couldn't make it tonight. I'm sorry that he couldn't make it tonight, but he had some other stuff to take care of. But what I was going to say was it's interesting how the shadow is traveling from west to east.
Yes, very weird.
The sun and the moon both travel from east to west. I guess I would have to visually see that in some form, maybe in an experiment. But I do think that's a little bit weird.
I saw that actually on a video.
I'd have to think about that.
Or today. Yeah, it seemed odd. But the moon could be.
That does sound odd at first glance, but you know there might be an explanation for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also.
Because the way a shadow can cast it can sometimes be opposite, but I don't think that's easy to explain. So maybe Brian, you're onto something. It'd be worth checking out.
Yep, I was on to that today too. So
yeah, there's also there's.
You see that?
Wait, what is it? Hang on, let me go off mic for a second. Teresa she sent me something. Hang on.
So while he's doing that, I wanted to ask really quick, have you guys been seeing chemtrails lately?
Yes.
I
Oh
have
my goodness,
not.
yes.
I have not.
The other morning I was up in, I had the drone up. Every morning I go up, just so you guys know, every single day I bring the drone up, either I catch the morning sunrise or the evening sunset, or ideally both. And yeah, this one morning I actually caught so many, there was like more chemtrails than there were any clouds.
Oh yeah.
And it was littered all over the sky. It was like somebody was up there just, you know,
crisscrossing and crisscrossing and crisscrossing. Yeah.
Actually, I could throw it on the TV here if I find it for you.
So the reason I asked that is because we have not had any, probably within the past 2 weeks. And I'm wondering if it's because
that's good.
I'm wondering if it's because we've had all the fires and everything. So they're like, yeah, we don't need to go over there because no one can see the sky. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
right.
I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. So,
yeah,
but
I've seen a good amount over here. Every day when I go to work, I see like at least 2 or 3.
See, that's like usually how it is here, but it is not that way right now. Like, I will say it's been maybe even more than 2 weeks. Like, I started noticing, I actually saw a really cool cloud the other day. It was like one of those sundogs. You know what I'm talking about, right? The ones with like, they're kind of like rainbowed.
Right.
Okay, so it was a huge cloud and it kept changing like the colors, and it was really, really cool. And my kids thought it was cool.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was huge though. Like, I think I sent Brian the pictures, but the pictures didn't turn out the way I saw it, you know? So, yeah, whatever.
Hey, I found this video for you. Here, I'll show it to you. And again, I just said, oh, wow, looking at it, because I just found it to be like that to me. Here you go, guys. Look at this. All over the place. And over here, too, is an anomaly. Look at this sun. It's like you're getting a half a sun, you know, to this side. And also the colors. You notice the colors we're getting out there? Very unique, you know, purple and pink variations, which I don't see as much. It's not like the same exact color you get from the sunrise as the sunset. It's actually a variant. It seems a little bit darker at night. Not just because night's turning into dark. There's another reason for it. I don't know why. But look at here in the sun, in the sky, everywhere we point, you see all those chemtrails everywhere. I mean, they're littered up there. And I just zoom into it because I'm like, wow, you know, I'm blown away. And it's there. It was just pointing out the sun. We're going to come back now. They're all up here. They're everywhere. They're here. They're just crisscross. They're up here. I mean, I have this zoomed all the way back, and it's catching the majority of all this. So if there's something that's happening, and it's happening in Central Florida, I'm catching it because I'm out every morning and every evening catching these views. And that's downtown Orlando right here. These are the, you know, skyrise, the you know, city center. Huh?
I wanted to share something else about the clouds because Jennifer Craig and I got to give her credit for this one. She shared somebody's post earlier today, and these clouds look like soldiers. Like, look, you got to see it. It could be maybe a.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I seen that too. I said it looks like soldiers with guns.
Yeah, let me share that real quick. Share screen.
What are you talking about?
Okay, there's these clouds. Okay, somebody took a picture. It's unphotoshopped supposedly. It looks like soldiers marching into battle.
Right, it does.
Oh yeah, I seen this
guy here that looks like.
Yeah, I saw that.
This guy has like
That's crazy.
a radio. This looks like a tank maybe, and some hand pointing, giving direction. These all look like soldiers. So I don't know. I mean, there's some strange things in the sky. We have to just keep vigilant. You know what I mean? Keep watching the sky. And I mean, we have you to thank, Keith and Shamron, for looking at the night sky.
You know, one thing, Brian, you can always count on me. I get the high quality equipment because, you know, even that picture we were just looking at, the first thing, you know, you mentioned is Photoshop. On my stuff, it's going to be high quality views. It's going to be from different angles, and it's going to be a video usually.
Yeah, and yours is what? It's all 4K, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you use, optical or digital zoom on your?
Digital zoom.
Digital, okay. Just optical, like, you know how optical sort of fixes the image as you zoom in automatically. Does yours do that? Sort of.
You know, the clarity on it is going to be just a raw image. If you take it back, 4K as it is just crisp and clear. Like I have some of these, I shared with you a video earlier today, just of random traffic. You could see the glistening on the bumpers of the cars. And, you know, so even if you try to doctor something like that, it's hard. But always a photo is a lot easier to doctor.
That's right.
When you have a moving video, it's hard to doctor that, you know?
That's right. Why would you go through all that time and trouble to do it anyway, just to make yourself look like an
idiot, right?
Or whatever.
Or a liar. I'm not a liar. You see, that's why I say everything that we talk about is truth. You know, that's why we do this.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's another thing. I mean, we're all about truth. Everybody in our group, you guys know that we're all about bringing the truth. I want to point out something here too. Teresa noticed in some of these pictures you see there are possibly like cities in the sky. I want to know if you guys have noticed any of that. I know that's going to light up the chat. So let me just go ahead and start with. I'll start with Shamron. She's been kind of quiet over there. Shamron, have you noticed anything weird like that? Any castles in the sky or cities in the sky? Anything weird like that?
I sent you a picture. What you remember?
Shamron, you there? Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost someone, huh?
It's all right. I'll send her another invite back into the chat. Gen X, have you noticed anything weird like that? Any cities in the sky or castles or anything? Teresa, I'll hang on, Teresa. I know.
Aside from the chemtrails, man, and the weird sun, I haven't noticed anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Hey, Shamron, you guys pay attention to the sky more than I do. Have you noticed anything weird in the sky, like castles or anything weird like that? Cities in the sky? Can't hear you. You got your mic off. And again, it could be.
I hit the wrong button.
It could be chemtrails. You know, they put like metallic elements in the chemtrails, so it could be a reflection of a city, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How can thousands?
Well, I'm wondering. I'm wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
I have seen like weird looking clouds, but you know, like I also chalk that up to be like, you remember being kids and, you know, you see things in the clouds that you want to see, you know, like, oh, that's an elephant. That's a, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it could be that, or it could be something else. Like, but what about those noises and everything that goes along with it? Then I can't even give you an explanation for that. You know, like you heard about those, like, weird, like metallic noises, like something's moving, like a building
actually,
or that kind of stuff.
That too the other night when I was out filming. I actually
weird.
Yeah, I heard like a boom sound, and it wasn't anything that was, you know, seeming like it was, you know, like a normal sound that you'd ever hear, it sounded very eerie, you know, and it seemed like it was encompassing the entire area, like it was actually something much larger. It's just like
Yeah.
Earth, like just creeping up, like,
Yeah.
and you get a lot of this, you see a lot of those videos, a lot of people are experiencing that. First time
Well,
for me.
I think that was probably the first thing I saw before I was like hit with the Mandela effect. You know, I saw that first. And I was like, man, that is so weird. Like, and I looked it up, you know, and I tried to do my research and, you know, and the first one was in Chicago. And the one that I was like, oh, wait, don't they have like one of those colliders in Chicago? Like,
Right.
it might be old, but like, yeah, they have one, right?
Yeah, they have one.
yeah.
I'm wondering if like that kind of stuff. But then I've heard like it could be HARP. I think I'm saying it right. Or whatever that part, you know, they try to manipulate the weather and everything. But
Yeah.
and then but seeing the cities in the sky, and then like I can see where some people could see it. Like I saw one that I think that was digitally like edited, but I haven't seen any like really good ones to where I'm like, man, that's so crazy. Other than that one that you're like posting now, you know, it actually truly looks like soldiers in the sky. But you know, our mind is a like amazing thing. So we will think, or what we see, you know, like we make of, you know, all the shapes and everything else.
Yeah.
So
I call that the Tootsie Roll effect. Whatever it is, I think that becomes a Mandela to me, pretty much, or whatever.
Nice.
But it's interesting because as I was walking on base the other day, it was a couple weeks ago actually, I was walking on base and I put my shades on every day because I can't stand the sun. It's so bright.
Oh yeah.
It seems
Oh my goodness.
lower to me.
Yeah, it sure is.
And clouds, there is this rainbow. Like it's a rainbow cloud. Have you guys seen any rainbow clouds? That's what I'm wondering.
That's the one. Hey, do you have that one that I showed you the other day? I don't think that you can actually see it in the picture, but it was a complete rainbow, and it actually was changing in our, like, within 5 minutes, it went from just being blue and green to like going all the shades all the way down. It was really, really cool.
Wow. I've seen a rainbow horizon.
So I'm wondering, is that
Radical.
from the Mandela effect, or is that from the chemtrails? I guess we don't know at this point, but
It's true.
I was wondering about it.
But we haven't even had chemtrails lately, Brian. Remember? Like, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
so maybe is the sun back to normal? Maybe it was just for that brief period of time.
Maybe.
We were seeing lots of it. Like you would see where the sun comes up to where the sun sets. You would see lines going out like kind of like this, streaks everywhere over that arc where the sun makes its where it travels. So that's what I'm wondering. It is very weird, bizarre.
Yeah, mine was during the day, probably, I don't know, 11:30 in the morning, and it just completely changed colors. And I'm like, are you guys seeing this? And my kids were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, you know? And I'm like, that's so weird. I've never seen that happen ever before. So maybe in the chat, has anyone seen that?
Wow.
I can't look at the chat.
Yeah, some people are saying that the clouds are low. Clouds seem lower than normal, but I mean, I live in the tropics, so I see a lot of low clouds all the time.
Yeah, they are pretty low actually. When I take the drone up, it's easy for me to get to the clouds even at 400 or 500 feet.
Oh. Mine's actually really high. The clouds are really high here.
Yeah, same here.
Any like I don't know if you guys subscribe to this guy. His name is Hurricane Attack on YouTube. I subscribe to him, and he always gives it like the latest updates on hurricanes and tropical storms and of that nature.
I don't have to worry about that, so I haven't subscribed.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
On
guys.
the East Coast, we definitely have to watch for stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, this is the season. and it's not the season, Christmas time yet. This is the season for hurricanes. So yeah, we do want to be thankful for that as well.
I have big contracts with
It's
the
okay.
hurricanes.
It's okay.
I wanted to share with you guys this future map that Melissa shared with me. I'm not trying to scare anyone. This is what could actually happen if. Hang on a sec. Where's this picture? Okay, there it is. Anyone who has been on any military installation, I have heard this is on every military installation. They have some kind of. This is what some people think may happen. Not saying it's actually going to happen. But, you want to get to be prepared. If you want to get to a place as high as possible, if something does happen. See, the thing is, we had an eclipse. What was it, like 99 years ago? They said.
Yeah.
And this is the first one in 99 years. But our technology, what is it like? Don't the satellites run off the solar panel?
It's 99 years for the United States, I believe, is
for
what
the
it
United
is.
States. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a total solar, we've had partial ones in the past with no problem.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, it.
You foresee anything?
Do you think it could set off like some earthquakes? Setting off the balance. Because Yosemite's been pretty bad.
Yosemite, yeah, they say Yosemite's been like that for years. It's ready to blow at any moment.
Yeah.
Well, if that were to happen, I'm sure that because I love God so much, He would just have me.
He would save us from that harm.
Yeah, He would just flip us into a different reality, right? And then all of a sudden, our map would look different again.
Yep.
Well, let's hope it's in a reality where we're all together and safe. Because
I
certainly don't want to be lonely in that reality.
No.
What if you're the only person ME'd on the new reality?
Right?
That's something I've been doing.
That'd be horrible.
Honestly, I think and the more I've studied, and I've studied science a lot, and this is part of my theory of everything. But like, if you think about it, right? If there's multiple realities, and each one of us have many lives in all these realities. Well, we're friends here and we're talking to each other here, but we're doing the same thing there too. So, if we were to switch around or whatever, it'd be pretty similar to this, perhaps just without the calamity.
Yeah, it would be.
Don't want my other self to go through it. I don't want my other self to go through all that stuff.
Right.
There's like a slight difference.
Me.
Well, it is you because your spirit is in control of.
Well, yes, it is. I just mean like. Just in general, if we believe in the multiverse or what, know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want the other me to
How many times
experience?
Right.
Do you guys think you've shifted since the first ME that you experienced?
Quite a few times here, I think so. And each time I feel like I'm happier than the last.
I would say 4 or 5. 4 or 5, and just 1 this past week.
So what's the key? What's the giveaway that you've shifted? That you're like, it's a certainty.
Well, let me tell you, for me, my body's really sensitive. So like I'll notice something right away. Either I'll get a really bad headache, or I'll have some bad indigestion problems the next day if it happens. I also have these dreams like. Sort of like looping dreams, looping time.
I have that.
So I think we talk about these things in the sky. Keith, have you noticed any planes standing still? Because that's another thing people are talking about: birds and planes standing still.
No, but I did. I caught I was able to chase 2 birds. That's really not an anomaly, but that was pretty cool. It was a really good video. Yeah. So no, the plane standing still. I have not, witnessed that one. I wish I did. I'd share it with you.
Yo, that would be something sweet if you caught a plane frozen in midair.
So I've seen some of those videos, though.
Yeah, I record it whenever I see it.
How close are you to OIA? Like close enough where you
Orlando
go
International is about 15 miles from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I see planes coming in all the time. You know, I'm pretty far from them, thank God.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, I heard them all the time, and I live downtown, pretty much, almost downtown, you know. So.
Yeah,
But-
I'm about like 30, 40 miles from BWI. Sometimes I'll see an airliner, but
We also have Orlando Executive right next to downtown Orlando, which is where I live. And
that's
where I
literally
used to
where
park my
I'm
plane.
from, actually.
Oh,
we'll have
really?
to talk after. Yeah, like I'll have to talk to you after the show's over.
Yeah,
We probably live in the same neighborhood.
I'm telling you.
You can go visit my mom.
I really could actually bring her some cookies and milk, and we can just, you know, watch the videos. Watch Brian McFarlane, baby.
No, but it started getting bigger. That's what was weird about it. It started growing.
Teresa just shared with me something real quick. This is
I mean,
it's really kind of bizarre. It's definitely an anomaly. You see a vertical cloud right here.
Yeah, it's like
Oh yeah,
It looks like maybe
a statue.
statue could be like maybe it looks like Christ the Redeemer or something to that. I'm not really sure what it is, but you know, the
I
mind.
ran inside. I got scared.
Is,
yeah.
yeah, because typically you don't see that. You don't see vertical clouds like that.
Oh, look at it. It started growing.
It's just kind of weird because all the other clouds are completely different and going the same direction, and then all of a sudden there's this vertical cloud. You know, like what would make that happen?
Freaked me out. I already was walking. I just gotten home and I got dropped off, and I'm standing there and I see this thing in the sky, and it started getting bigger. And I said, I got to take a picture of this, and I got really scared. I ran inside my apartment. Like, I was scared.
Oh, so it got bigger and bigger, right?
Yes, it got bigger and bigger. It was like growing, like it was just like expanding.
And I'm surprised everybody's just going about their daily lives, just not even paying attention.
Really? And you know what? Every day since I've woken up, I notice every little thing in the sky, like everything. And I got my phone right in my hand.
Yeah, didn't we talk about there's like 12 new types of clouds or something like that?
No, there was always 5 types, right? Like, or 6 types.
Yeah.
There wasn't very many.
We have 12 types of clouds.
What?
no way.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hang on, let me
That's
find
stupid.
I remember, like, I believe 5 or 6, maybe. 6,
Wait,
maybe.
here's a question. Let me ask you guys this. Since we're talking about sky and weather and clouds, have you guys ever heard of Hawaii having blizzards?
No?
Heck no.
Hawaii has had one blizzard back in 2013. Sorry about that, guys. An ad popped up.
Wow.
Weird.
Tell me.
What I was saying was, yeah, Hawaii has had 2 blizzards that I know of. Have heard recently. They had one in 2013 and one last year recently. So
weird.
What? That's
So not even just like hail, it's actually a blizzard.
blizzard, yeah, in Hawaii.
Weird.
How is that possible?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we think of Hawaii, our minds associated with the beach, nice warm weather year round. I know they get hurricanes, typhoons type thing. They have to watch out for it, but for the most part, it's usually pretty warm out there because it's right there in the ring.
Oh, wait.
You know, we talk about this ring of fire where all the volcanoes and that's where a lot of earthquake seismic action goes on.
Yeah.
Right there is Hawaii. Hawaii is a volcanic island, and yet here we are having blizzards in Hawaii. So
I'm wondering
I know,
if it's
so
because the
crazy.
Pacific is so cold. You know what I mean?
Look at
Like
that.
the Pacific.
Look at this.
Oh, I've
cloud.
seen that so many times, and I
What is that?
pointed it out.
Cirrostratus. I've never heard of that. You know, we have these wispy clouds. Okay, we're all familiar with cirrus clouds.
Yes.
Everyone should know that.
Yes.
Now we have a hybrid cirrostratus.
That's new to me right there.
And you
seen
notice how
those.
it surrounds the sun? No, this.
Yeah.
No, I never recall that. It looks like a rainbow around the sun. Now, I do see rainbows surrounding people sometimes if they're good-hearted, good-natured people. I do see
The
some
aurora.
flash up. But let's see, altostratus clouds. I don't remember those. Stratus. Everybody should know stratus.
Yeah, we know those.
Nimbostratus. All these hybrids.
What?
Oh yeah, we see.
Oh, I've seen those recently. Like
Yeah.
just recently.
Yes, I've seen
for the
the
first time.
cirrocumulus. We have altocumulus.
Wow.
Here, these are
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, those things look
I know
like they're
about these.
photoshopped, and they're not.
No, I
they
know
do.
about these. I'm from the north. Well, I've lived in the Northwest
Okay, have
for
you
6 years. I've
before
seen
the
these.
Mandela, before the Mandela that you discovered? Have you ever seen these?
I think I did. Yes.
Okay,
I
these
did.
usually
That'd
form-
be like
They
in
happen
Montana or something.
over. No, they happen over the mountains because, like,
Yep.
you know, the air goes up or down, you know, and it kind of creates like a. It looks really
A jet
weird.
stream, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really weird, but I've seen those for years. I mean, I saw it over Mount Rainier forever. So, or
Wow.
yeah.
Look at that one. This. Let me just tell you the name of this one. This is a lenticular cloud, the one that forms these rings. Kind of looks like Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, I've seen those
Also the
too.
rare undulatus aspera.
Wow, that looks like a plane, doesn't it?
Wow, that
like
one's
a-
cool.
Like something you could walk on.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
It almost does. It looks like something out of Jack and the Beanstalk right there.
Right, like a desert or something.
We got cumulus clouds.
That's
Those
great.
Yeah.
actually.
Definitely seen those.
They look like cookie
Cumulonimbus,
cutter
everybody knows
clouds.
these. Cumulonimbus.
There's a storm coming with those.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
That's the atomic cloud.
Look
No way, man.
at that one.
Oh, that's
Man.
weird.
Hats off to the photographers here, guys.
Yeah, I'd love to catch that with my drone.
Oh,
I'll go
wow.
right
Look at
into it.
this. Look at that. Looks like an airplane wing right there.
It's not?
That is, isn't it?
No, this is an airplane wing here, but this isn't.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Again,
That's
it looks
probably
like,
like a
it's like a
chemtrail.
path. You could just get out.
It
and
looks
walk
like a
on it, huh?
chemtrail.
Yeah,
Oh.
really big chemtrail.
Okay,
Yeah.
wall cloud. Everybody knows about wall clouds. That's where funnel clouds basically
Yeah.
form. Everybody should
Ain't
know
that where the Care Bears are?
that.
All right, puppy.
Where's the rainbow cloud? I want to see that one. Or is that close to the cloud?
I wish I had a better picture of the one that I had, like, because it changed over like a 5-minute period, and it went from just blue and greens, and then went all the way through, and I was like, that is so cool. And my husband's like, it's a cloud that's changing colors, and I'm like, no, that's really cool. He just didn't like it, so whatever.
Oh, yeah, he's a non-ME person, right?
He is. He just thinks that I'm like overly sensitive to everything. He's like, oh, it's okay. Like, yes, I do remember this, and I do remember like that, and my kids remember things, you know, like mirror, mirror on the wall. My 3-year-old said it all day today. Mirror, mirror on the wall, because she had a good hair day, so she was like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of it all? And she's like,
Oh,
me.
oh my gosh, yeah, I've got residue on that. Teresa, can you dig it up? And
Right now,
send it back
I'm
to
on
me?
the ball.
Okay, she's
Ooh.
already. She's been
I
on
got some for that one too, by the way.
it. Okay, cool. Yeah,
But
just
I think I've sent it to you a while ago, a long time ago.
if
That's
you
for Captain Song.
that's fine. If you want to send it to me on Facebook Messenger.
Here it is.
So does anyone have any questions from the audience at all about anything we've said so far?
There it is.
I'm gonna check the chat real.
Brian?
Okay, wait, hold on, Teresa. I did want to mention there's some kind of thing called HARP, which HARP is they have documentation. I'm not going to go further into detail because a lot of that could be, you know, gray area material. So, but there is this program called HARP that attempts to.
They change the weather, kinda.
And I can see where that can be a good thing to control the weather. If there's a bad storm, they try to knock it out with microwaves or something like that.
Yeah, there's
if I
different
may.
things. Well, that's what they say, but there's way more stuff on HARP than just that. You know?
I think I think there's actually some proof in this regard, because I do in my business with the charter bus company, I'm responsible for the Southeast United States. I work directly with FEMA and the governments, like with the state of Texas, and I'll provide the bus transportation for thousands of people to get out of the eye of the hurricane. For example, in Hurricane Ike, we provided 350 buses to move the people out of the storm's path. And this was an active thing. In 2004, 2005, 2006, we had Charlie. And so many of these hurricanes coming through. Everybody knows Katrina. And then we had Hurricane Ike. And all of these are all Southeast United States. I mean, actually, I made a lot of money on these. So I still have these contracts are active for me. And so what a funny thing happened in 2009, all the way till now, the Southeast United States has been virtually free of hurricanes. Why is that? The only one we've had is up there, Hurricane Sandy, up there in the Northeast United States. And I keep very close eye on this stuff because it's my business.
When was that last hurricane you just said?
Hurricane Sandy was the last notable one. Remember, we just had one that came here recently, but that's nothing. I think they can control these things. It doesn't make sense that Obama's entire presidency didn't have a single hurricane except for Sandy. And that the Southeast United States, you didn't hear anything in Texas. You didn't hear anything in Mississippi or in Florida. For his entire
I remember
term.
2004. Like 2004, 2005.
Yeah, every single year. That's why there's something to that HARP thing. I think they're actually able to either make them or stop them or what have you,
Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's this hurricane that we discovered supposedly that was there during 9/11 that nobody knew about. That's what I find funny. Like, either the news covered it up. Do you guys remember that, the hurricane during 9/11?
Yeah,
it went to the East Coast.
Maybe that's the Mandela effect.
I think it might be
2011.
No, 2001. We're going back to 2001, 9/11, September 11th.
I don't remember a hurricane coming through.
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything. I mean, come on.
And I lived in Florida then. I lived in Orlando.
I lived in Ocala. This is for sure something I would know. No.
Unless
I think it's a Mandela effect.
Oh, man.
I think it could be there. I wanted to show you guys Hurricane Matthew and review that.
Oh, I remember
it was
that one.
October of last year. You guys, and notice how there is no more psyop about clowns. We never hear about these clowns anymore. I find that really weird. Scary clowns. People were afraid to go out at night because of it.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right about that time, we had this clown hurricane, this clown skull hurricane that hit Florida and Georgia. Hurricane Matthew. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah, that's strange.
October.
Hey, I gotta leave for a few.
Halloween.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, this thing hit right around Halloween.
That's crazy.
Teresa wanted to share this interesting cloud.
Oh wow! Look at that. It's got a tether.
That looks like
on Facebook. I thought it was cool to share myself.
Yeah, is that a rotation? Do you know if it was rotating at the time? Or
I have no idea. I saw that today, and I don't know. I just can't remember who posted it, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool looking. It looks like a swing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From something.
Yeah.
Goes from one cloud to the other. It looks like
Mandela Facebooks. I don't know which one. It's really like wow.
How many Mandela Facebooks are there now, Teresa? Do you know?
I'm sorry, what?
How many Mandela Facebook groups do you think there are right now, guys?
Well, at least 170 maybe.
Okay.
I remember my left because of trolls.
Yeah. Well, I think trolls are just waiting for the big Mandela that's going to affect them. That's all they're waiting for. They're waiting for some real hard evidence, I guess.
Not everybody's in it for the same reasons,
That's some residue right there.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
That's some good residue.
I don't know how that lasted. It's almost, and there's also some residue, which Dead GPK, if you're out there, man, hats off for that, because he found from if you watch the Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown, at the very end, you see Charles Schultz's name spelled correctly with the T, the way we remember it, some of us.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that one, I don't know how that one slipped through the cracks, but if you see that movie, check it out.
I mean, there's a ton of Mandela effects, and I think ultimately speaking, you can relate to a lot of them. But then there's a special few for each one of us. We all have them. I think I have about 20 of them where I know for a fact that they have changed. I mean, they almost make my, you get that eerie feeling every time you see them because you know it's truth. Those are the ones I like most. And it's funny that they're all a little bit different for us. But there's actually some that are universally so for all of us. Like, the one with the 16th chapel and, the finger coming down and not quite touching. And it used to be that God was higher than man, but now they're on an equal playing field.
Right.
That's one for all of us. Like there's some I don't want to change.
That's a huge one.
Right?
Yeah. Keith, were you on the East Coast in 2011?
Yeah.
Do you remember a hurricane then? Because
I remember an earthquake then, man. Do you remember the one that hit the entire? That was bizarre. Even Washington, D.C. got it. And it broke because I had my buses out there going up and down the East Coast. And we had some buses in Washington, D.C. And actually the Washington Monument was damaged. Have you seen it?
Yeah. I remember coming home. I was coming home from work, and I'm in Maryland, and I felt it here. But the reason I ask is in 2011, we got hit with the hurricane in Maryland, and it flooded a lot of areas where I live.
Really?
Do you remember that hurricane by chance? It was like September 2011.
As far as I can remember, from 2009 all the way on, anything of noteworthy for me would have been Hurricane Sandy. And trust me, I keep an eye on this stuff because I make a ton of money on it. It's my bread and butter.
Right. That's weird, yeah, because in Maryland, we definitely got a hurricane. Actually, I was on my way to college, and I stay home a few extra days because of the hurricane.
But remember,
wasn't safe to drive.
I have the FEMA contracts that cover from South Carolina on over to Texas, the Southeast United States, it's a pretty big, yeah. So I don't really cover up there. But I remember Sandy, and there might have been this or that, But really in my area that I cover is where most of all the action is, and it's been very quiet here.
Okay. Yeah, that earthquake, though, was weird.
Wasn't it? Because we're not typical to getting that, not in the East Coast, not like
no
that.
way.
That's a West Coast thing.
Yeah, especially, heck no. I've never felt an earthquake outside of that one in Maryland. No way, man.
I'll tell you, during that time, and I'm talking about this on one of my videos. It was so eerie. I actually went through a depression during that time. I had a very long dream. I felt like I did so much meditating. That was when I was dreaming about bats. There was these huge pterodactyl bats, they look like dinosaurs from ancient times. And now all of a sudden they exist in our reality today. Go figure.
Dude, that's insane. They do exist.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it. When I saw that thing, I was like, that's fake, no way. But then they're real.
They are real, right? And for me, it's really weird because they weren't real when I dreamt it. And then now they are.
Wow. You had a dream about those things before?
I had a dream that lasted for 30 days, and it was a reoccurring dream. It wasn't steady, obviously. And when I was awake, I still felt this presence over me. And it was around Halloween. There's a lot of crazy evil in the dream and stuff. That's why I put so much time. I give myself to God, and I'm always happy because I've been through those dark areas already. And, it's the culmination of many hours of study, science and meditation and just trying to get a clear understanding and giving credit really in the end to our maker. He's the all-powerful. He's the one that created everything. There is no entity more powerful. There's none.
Right. 100%.
No CERN can compete. No devil can compete.
No way.
It's just a joke.
No way, man. That's
right.
If you have that supreme power, I mean, you don't really have anything to worry about.
Right, and that's why with I just laugh when it comes to evil. I actually find it interesting. It used to be that it would scare me, send me into depression, different things I dealt with, I told you. But now I'm such in a different place. I look forward to these flips and switches and everything, because each time it's like a better reality is here. And, you know, so it's a very optimistic thing. I think we have ability to either attract negative energy or attract positive energy. And that we're going to get energy is a fact. It's just a matter of where our mind is. Are we looking at things optimistically or not? Are we inviting evil into our lives, not even knowing it? Are we dealing with a lot of hate? Are we exhibiting hate?
Yes.
And, you know, this is kind of what brings that. It opens the door for evil, because God is loving truth. And if you have a pure heart, you don't spend time hating at all. It doesn't mean you can't get angry and passionate about something, but you don't hate. And, you know, and hate really is, I think, is a product of the devil, because God is truth and love. Well, then obviously the opposite of that would be hate and lies, deception.
Exactly.
And that certainly is the devil, yeah.
And that's a hate that we can't even fathom, man. Like, you know,
right?
That kind of hate that comes straight from Satan. Oh, man, dude, that's a whole nother level.
But he's actually cunning. He doesn't show that. He does it through charm. He does it through lies and deception and, you know, confusion and trickery. And, you know, so if you're just looking for the straight, unadulterated truth and love, I mean, that's really, God doesn't inspire very much confusion. Now, he has a complicated world for us, I think, to be happy. You know, we can use the tools he provides us. The Mandela effect, I believe, is a miracle from God. And it's like, you know, people say, oh, well, does God exist? Duh, of course he exists. Look at the miracles that are happening. The Mandela effect, your realities are changing. And you're asking if God exists. Absolutely.
I know. I feel that's a clear-cut sign that there's something bigger than us.
Right.
Right.
I love it. I mean, really, it's like, you know, if you were depressed before because you didn't have an idea about the meaning of life or anything like that, well, now you know. Life is love. It's your passion. Go out and do what makes you happy. And, you know, and continue to always follow truth and love. That will certainly keep you in a positive spirits. It's a lot better than negative depression.
So I wanted to bring up before I have to leave, because I've got other stuff going on. You know, sun's just now going down. But I wanted to talk, have you guys seen changes in the moon? And like the constellations and like, you know, like Jupiter, somebody brought something up and they were like, oh man, what's that really bright star? I don't know what that one is. And I'm like, it's Jupiter, you know, like, but Venus was the same way recently, you know, and like it went over the like horizon for us here in the United States. But, you know, like, have you guys seen the planets being brighter? Like Mars isn't even that red anymore. Remember whenever it used to be really, really red?
Right.
Yeah.
Like it was the red planet, like, you know, and you would see that it was Mars. Same with Jupiter. Like it kind of had like a bluish tinge, but now it's like bright white, like a bright, almost a greenish, like whenever you look at it with your bare eye.
It's like if you're looking at Saturn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
talking about Jupiter though. Like Jupiter is kind of, you know, it's kind of a, I hate to say dull planet, but like it usually was pretty dull, you know, and now it's so bright and you're like, oh man.
Wow. Yeah.
It could be the fact of where I am, you know, but it is so bright. And I've had people say, oh, like that's the North Star. And I'm like, no, that is like east, you know, and it's like right over the sun, kind of like, but people kind of freak out about it. And it's like, I never noticed the planets being so bright, like so bright to where you're like, man, like that's crazy. I think Gen X and I talked about it last week, you know, and I think Brian did too, about how different, you know, it looks.
Well, if you believe that we've moved across the galaxy, then it's a different Jupiter, right?
Yep. I mean, it could.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I
not the
believe
Jupiter that we
did.
grew up with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hang on, this
freaked me out.
this Jupiter. Sorry, Teresa was sharing me a very important story that she had happened to her this past Thursday. But yeah, it's not the same Jupiter anymore. This Jupiter has rings. You know, it's
Yeah, that too.
I do remember one ring. Like from whenever I was a kid, because you know my dad and I was really big onto astronomy. But I mean, this one is very, very bright, very bright. Like you would never see it as bright as what it is now.
We had that strange star that stayed in the sky every night. That you remember that one?
That was Venus.
That was Venus?
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
what they say is
They
Venus.
say it's Venus.
Yeah, but
I've
like
heard conspiracy theorists say it's something else, like like possibly something from. I'm not saying our government, but possibly someone else's government watching over us. I have heard that conspiracy, but I mean,
I freaked out whenever I saw it, to be honest, because you know, like I'm a star watcher. I like to go out at night and look and you know see everything, and then all of a sudden there's this bright star in the sky that had never been there, like that bright before, and I would sit there and watch it, and it would move, like it would actually move, like not just like a star, you know. But they said it was Venus, but I'm just saying that that's what they're saying. It's Venus, but it went over the horizon. Now it's not there. Now it's Jupiter. Now it's Jupiter, who is just as bright.
Bizarre.
So,
I'm trying to bring up a picture here of what I saw so I can illustrate this for people. What I actually saw something that looked like a helical. Vertically, like it looked like a DNA strand from the side, kind of helical.
Oh wow!
Movement of light. I'm not sure if that was military testing because we live near a base. But yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I also live near one or on one.
Look. It was something like this, where the light was sort of spiraling. You know, not like a tunnel, not like a tunnel. But it was just moving like horizontal. I was walking one night and seen it, and
was it in the night or like?
It was at night, something like this, but it was
weird.
horizontal.
Oh.
Like maybe this right here, and it was like a white light, and I was the only one who saw it because my mom didn't have her glasses on, or she. I tried to point it out to her, but she couldn't see it. So yeah, that's what I saw, and Teresa wanted me to share her story. Is that okay, Teresa?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's gonna believe me or not.
Just like you know, you guys know my point of view. You know my stance on Christianity. I take all viewpoints, but you know I have my own personal beliefs. Okay, right. and it's important we keep centered with ourselves. But yeah, there was apparently around 5:35 p.m. Okay, Teresa witnessed Pacific time, a regular cloud with two round oval-shaped heads. And how long did it last, Teresa? Just for a few minutes, or?
I was walking home because I don't have a car, and I was walking home, and lately, since I've had the Mandela and I'm very wide awake, I notice everything from now on. And I was looking up at this particular cloud, and then all the rest.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it was kind of scary. So it wasn't like you could make out the faces, but it looked like two people faces. I mean,
basically, I'll just tell you all the story. I don't know if you're going to believe me or not, but I know what I've seen. I'm walking and I see this cloud above me, and I said, boy, this cloud's kind of low. And I look up at it, and all of a sudden, part of the cloud started opening up. It was like somebody took their hand and opened up part of the cloud. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw two. It was like somebody was looking out like a window from. This is gonna sound really off the chain, but like through it, like a window, like there was like a ship inside of a cloud, and two beings or a head were looking out through the windows at me.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I swear to God, I'm not lying. I looked up at it, and I'm looking at it, and it's looking down at me, and I'm trying to get my camera on my phone because I don't have a really good camera on my phone, and I'm going to try to take a picture of it, and they look straight down at me like, no, I don't think so. And they saw that I was looking up at them. The cloud started closing up to where that hole that I had opened up where they could visually watch me.
Oh,
Okay,
And it
so
only lasted for a few minutes.
Okay,
and
so
I
you couldn't
literally
tell-
seen two oval heads. I couldn't get out very good, but I seen it open up. I had
That
no
sounds-
idea what it was, and it freaked me out. And it seems like I've been having weird paranormal stuff happening to me.
Yeah, Teresa
other
is
day.
very observant. She senses things. I think she may be.
Sorry, guys. It just freaked me out.
No,
No,
we
I
talked
hear
about
ya.
it. No, she's
It
probably
sounds like a
sensitive.
supernatural effect. You know,
Yeah,
once
this-
again,
this-
here
yeah.
you see something, you're about to take a picture. Either you're going to have a problem with your camera or maybe the situation changes.
Yeah.
But what's happening is it's responding, it's communicating
Yes.
with you. The supernatural effect.
So Teresa, whenever the next time it happens or like something that you feel uncomfortable about, you like I taught myself how to put myself in a bubble. You know, like nothing can hurt me, you know, like
Nothing
you just
can.
gotta like you have to put yourself in a bubble and be like, this is my bubble. No one's gonna bother me. And
Well,
I-
God protects it.
That's what's weird is the cloud was normal when I first looked at it, and when I was looking at it, it literally opened up to that particular little area where the two people were
weird.
looking at me. I literally seen them.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. It's the
that is
supernatural effect.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I have no idea what it was, but I knew I was being watched.
Oh man.
I
That
felt
does
that
sound
the
creepy.
past probably 2 weeks. There was a couple nights that I got like the heebie-jeebies, and I'm like, and that's what I want to call it, to be very like,
What do
you know,
what do you guys make of that, of being watched?
I have felt it in my bedroom, like very.
Well, I guess that's when I always try to look my best. You know, when I'm being watched.
Well, no,
Good point. All right, Brian.
the past couple nights, well, like 2 nights ago, I heard my daughter get up and go to the bathroom, but it was not my daughter. So I'm like, all right. So I go to shut off the light, and I was like, all right. And I made sure she was she was already in bed. She has like a bunk bed and everything. And I was like, okay. And then I come back to my room, and as I was starting to sleep, I heard 2 thumps, and I shook my husband, and I was like, because he was actually home, and I was like, hey, did you hear that? And he's like, it was your imagination. Seriously, no. It was not in my imagination. Go check everything out.
That's a nice way of saying you're crazy. Go back to sleep.
What happened to you?
I know that you're not crazy. I'm just being like, I'm trying to make light of this situation. Like, maybe it was like a good thing though. Like maybe it wasn't a bad thing. Maybe it was good. You know, somebody looking out for you.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. That's I mean, optimism goes
I
a
think
lot
so,
farther
too.
there than pessimism.
What did you say?
They said it's important to be optimistic. Shamron, you want to say
No, I
again?
just said maybe it was a good thing.
Sorry.
Like maybe it was a good like somebody was looking out for you, you know, like you're walking and somebody was looking out for you.
There's
It might
actually people. I could see 2 heads right next
There was
to each
2
other.
heads.
oh.
Maybe it was Jesus and God. You know, probably looking down on you.
Wow.
There you
I
go.
think-
I didn't
There you
feel
go.
evil, if that's what you mean. It didn't feel like some evil. I just feel like somebody was watching over me. Like,
Right.
Yeah. Which is a good
Well-
thing. I feel that a lot. I've like
But you know, it makes it easy to believe it's God with all your heart when you're praying for God to come into your life and show you truth. And then when you see the truth, you then automatically know it's God, and you can feel good about it. You know.
Exactly, man.
Well, I see angels in people, believe it or not. I do see light around people,
I see
and
it too.
certainly, like I can really see it around you, Keith, and around you, Shamron, and Teresa. I see like glowing
Yeah, but
light
my
around
dad
her all the
up there,
time,
my
even though
dad
I don't
passed
see her
away,
face
and
to
my
face.
mom.
I can sense it. I think God has bestowed a very powerful gift to you, Teresa, that you know, we should all be thankful for our gifts that we're given.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Teresa gets so much truth.
And stronger. Remember the discernment? I don't know if you want to discuss that on the show, discernment. It's part of it in the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave here. I'm gonna like get off here shortly.
Yeah, it's okay, Shamron. We're gonna end with a little prayer, and then I'm gonna play a song that.
I know. I'm sorry. Can we like do this? I'm sorry. I just have my kids up at my friend's house, and they're like, they want to eat, and I'm like,
too. I'm only 7:56 here.
Plus, it's a Friday night, and I'm sure you guys want to be out with your.
Do you guys want to see my new pup before I go? So I got.
Yeah.
Okay, so my little foster. Don't mind the lighting, but hold on a second. Say hi. Yeah.
Aww.
Say hi. And he's got really long legs.
What breed is it?
So we don't know. Like he's from
sort of.
Well, hold on. His legs are really, really long, but then he's got. Oh my goodness, look at this. But then he looks like a chihuahua. So.
She's showing a cute puppy.
I love doggies.
A feisty dog.
Doggies can teach humans so much about loyalty.
He is a puppy. Like.
She's licking her all over the face there, giving you lots of kisses.
Yay!
That's another thing. We're going to probably have another show about animals. I really think we should talk about the animals and how they're
You know me. I'm all about the animals. Like, I foster at least. Well, I usually have a foster coming in and out at least once a week, so they can get out of the shelters here because it's a high kill shelter. Or shelters around here. So I try my best. After I lost my dog, who was I got him from a shelter, and I had him 12 years, and I lost him, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna like get another dog, you know, because I have my old lady who was his companion, but then I got another one where I don't even know where she is, or I'd show you. And then I have her, and now I just kind of foster. I'm not supposed to have 3 dogs, but you know, if it's only like for a week at a time, who cares?
Yeah, no, it's nice. And then
I'm trying to help the world.
You keep it domesticated so somebody else will like it and take it home.
Yeah. And we ship over back to like the East Coast. So but yeah, I'm gonna put him away and go get my kids and try to eat dinner and all that stuff.
Jamie, it was nice
to meet you, Shamron. You seem like a very. I was just gonna say, you seem like a very pleasant and beautiful person.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to talk to you because you probably live in my neighborhood. It sounds like. Yeah. So you gotta tell me, like, you don't have to tell me where you live, but you know, like, I want to, like, it's kind of cool to find people. Like, is it? Are you Tom?
You could probably. Well, let me give my channel to you because I probably should do that anyway. You know, it's KL the Man 78 on YouTube. You can find me easily through that.
All right, and Tom's over in Orlando too.
Yeah,
I talked to him last night, but he, you know, he can't talk tonight. So, but
that's okay.
Yeah,
we're all family in this. You know, you guys are.
I know.
You know,
I feel like I'm gaining a family.
The same thing. Yeah, I'm very comfortable with
we
you
have
guys,
to be
you
back.
get truth.
Yep.
We all get truth. Yeah.
Stick together like that.
Yep.
Right? Where else would we go to?
Yeah, no, because everybody else.
What would we do?
Even if they see it, you know, what's the significance of it? You're wasting your time or whatever. No, not when you're on Real Truth.
Right.
You know,
who cares about Snow White?
Right.
Yeah. It's just
that's the response I get a lot.
I get that. Well, I don't really try to put myself out there too much because of like my lifestyle. So I try to just kind of come out there a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so I've got to go up there and they're going to be like, how is your YouTube? I mean, I tell them like what I'm doing, you know, but I don't tell them what we're talking about and everything else. They just kind of back me up anyways, you know. They're just like, all right, we'll see you in a little bit. I'm
That's
like,
why I
okay.
love. That's why I love getting them in person. They can't run from you like they can online, and you can ask the questions and see the supernatural effects come alive. Because when people act like that, it's so odd. It's not even normal behavior, and so you know it's a supernatural effect then.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a glitch.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends that understand or like see it, but they just kind of like write it off. And then like me, I'm like, wait, we should talk about this. Like,
Right.
we should talk. Like, there should be something to be said.
If it was anything else, Shamron, anything else that was that mind-boggling, they would be ready to pull up a chair, get into it. But no, not with the Mandela effect. Something supernatural.
No.
Oh, no big
Yeah.
deal. Bye. I mean, and
Yeah.
they almost
I don't know how they can write it off. Like, oh, it's okay.
No, I'll
Yeah,
bring
it's
stuff up and they
supernatural,
see
man.
it and they're like, oh, like we're probably just remembering different. And I'm like, okay. But then I don't push it. I don't push because that's
I do
not
kind of. I'm a
my.
little guilty of that, you know.
No,
I
I'm not
used
that
to
kind of
not be that
person.
way. I used to not. But then I felt like in the interest of learning more about the supernatural effect, in the interest of being able to actually see it and feel it and touch it, and for the fact that they have no problem telling us that we're crazy, I feel like it's worth the effort to be able for, you know, education.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
guys,
man.
I'm gonna send off. I'm sorry. My phone is like about to die, and I've got.
Okay, Shammy.
So.
Shammy, before your phone dies,
All right,
would you lead us in a prayer real quick?
Yep. Me? No,
Keith?
please.
No, Keith.
Oh yeah.
The short prayer. Go ahead, man.
Okay, dear our Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing all of us together, everybody here on the Brian McFarlane Show, and those watching in the audience. We thank you so much for the truth you put into our lives, and we ask that you continue to wake folks up and allow them to see your beautiful plan for us and to provide happiness in all of our lives and to give us a positive outlook on things so that we can embrace this beautiful plan you have for us in order for us to achieve the happiness you intended for us from the beginning. So, folks, we ask for this from Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right,
I
guys.
couldn't do it any better myself. Thank you, Keith.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Amen.
Right on.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All
I
right,
will
good night.
maybe be at the like if you guys stay on for a while, I'll see ya.
That's fine,
So.
Shannon. I'm going to end with
All right.
a song that Gen X actually created for us folks. So let's take our attention to that, and we'll see you Tuesday for our history session, okay?
All right. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Shannon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Sharon.
Bye, Shannon.
Bye, Sharon.
Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, this is Gen X's song that he performed for us. So let's all sit back and watch the show.
I didn't know you were playing.
Yeah, he plays guitar.
Oh. Cool. Oh.
Hang on, am I sharing my screen? Just making sure. Sorry. It's one of my favorite songs, by the way.
It's awesome. Is that him singing too?
He's playing the guitar portion.
Oh, okay. Wow. Is he singing?
That's Poison singing in the background.
Oh. I'm gonna find a super funky beat.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hey, great job, Gen XJ.
Bravo.
Thanks, man.
Bravissimo. Hey, man. So, if y'all aren't familiar with Gen XJ, he has his channel out there, and so does Keith. Please support their channels because that's how they're able to spread their joy and spread their love with you guys. Again, thanks for checking us out, and have a great Mandela Effect day, and God bless. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Yep. Thank you also, Teresa. Good night.
Good night, Teresa.
Good night, everyone.